We explain the growth of the African grassland kingdoms. The wealthier lifestyle and conversion of Islamic trading routes along the northern Sahara began to flow southward out of the desert into the ecological savanna border known as the Sahel or the Sudanic region. It was a border between the deserts of the north and the forests of the south. Some sources theorize that Muslim traders named the region the Sahel because it means the shore, in the idea that it was the grassy shoreline underneath the desert that connected all trade to the shores of the Atlantic and the Indian Ocean. One of the first large states to organize out of this area was Ghana. They benefited from a long history of agriculture, of gold mining, and iron making. They were able to trade that gold for salt with the Berber traders. Salt was needed to preserve their food and also restore body salt lost in the desert's heat. Ghana expanded by annexing stateless villages around them. The Empire of Ghana built a massive military complex in order to defend merchants on the exposed Sahel grasslands and also its trading cities like Huambi-Sala, kings dressed in robes and turbans trimmed in gold. Trade was done on a boundary line where foreign merchants would leave goods. The Ghanaians would approach the line and leave gold. If the price is acceptable, the merchants would collect the gold and leave the good. If not, the Ghanaians would return to the line and put down more gold until the price is acceptable. In this trade, the Ghanaians traded in ivory, ostrich feathers, hides, slaves, bananas, and palm oil. The Ghanaians were eventually weakened by raids from an Islamic Puritan sect called the Almoravids. Sahel states like Ghana used military force, dynastic power, taxes, and tribute payments from stateless societies that surrounded their kingdoms to bolster their empires. Islam especially took hold in the more urban areas, and ruling families developed around the idea of Islamic kingships. Some of the stateless societies in the rural areas organized themselves to stand against the states and form their own states. For instance, the Malenke people broke free from a failing Ghana to form the kingdom and then empire of Mali on the Senegal and Niger rivers. Sundiata Keita, the Lion Prince, captured the rest of Ghana and created a stronger government centered at Timbuktu that stretched all the way to the Atlantic. They had an agricultural-centered economy of sorghum, millet, and rice that was well known on the trade route. However, just like Ghana, Douala merchants carried out the gold and salt trade that built their wealth. Probably the most well-known Mali ruler was Mansa Musa, who created an even stronger government and then tied that strong government to strong Islamic foundations. He used governors to administer the empire, he built mosques, organized the study of the Quran, and encouraged scholars to come to Timbuktu. It was said of his wealth that he spread so much gold across Africa on his pilgrimage to Mecca that it literally dropped the value of gold around the world. Much like in the European feudal era, the wealth and the power of controlling fertile soil brought about cosmopolitan cities with commercial opportunities. Many of the sources describe the unifying power of Islam in the Sahel, even within societies who refused to convert. The larger empires, and especially in the cities, organized around Islamic traditions, and they maintained the power structure of the region through the faith. They encouraged adherence to Sharia. However, in both the states and the stateless states, Islam had a hard time eliminating the old beliefs, like keeping matrilineal society. Slavery will also become an issue.